Hey, hockey fans, how's everybody doing? I hope everyone had better luck with their picks than I did. Things started off with San Jose and Boston. Boston off to a quick start. San Jose dug themselves a hole. They fought back, but they ended up losing the game 4-3. We got that one wrong. San Jose suffered their first loss. Then Nashville and Minnesota. Nashville took care of Minnesota 5-2. Minnesota suffers their first loss. We got that one wrong. And then Chicago, they still have not found their first victory. They lost to Detroit. Detroit doubled them up 6-3. We got that one wrong. And then, thankfully, the Islanders did come through 2-0 over Vegas. We got that one right. Best bet is terrible. Best bet is a dismal 1-6. Rough start, but that's okay. Yeah, that was the Hawks. Did not go through. My parlay didn't go through. And out of the 4 picks, the only one I got right was the Islanders. So that weekend is over. Thankfully, again, football took care of me, so it wasn't too bad. But let's start the week off strong and then keep it going right through the entire week. Monday, October 25th, there are 7 games on the slate. First one, we've got Tampa against Buffalo. Buffalo is 3-1-1 with an overtime decision. Craig Anderson listed to be in net for Buffalo. Tampa is also in an overtime decision. They're 2-2-1. Vasilevsky is listed to be in net for Tampa. Buffalo sitting in second place and Tampa sits in fourth, 2 points behind the Sabres in the Atlantic Division. Sabres coming off a 2-1 overtime loss to New Jersey on Saturday. Before the New Jersey loss, Buffalo lost to Boston 4-1. Goaltending has been good though. I mean, both by Anderson and Tokarski. I like that tandem. It seems to be working. I've never been a big Anderson fan, but he's been playing well. I think they sit in fourth in goals against in the league right now. So, yeah, they're doing okay there. Tampa, they come off overtime loss to Colorado 4-3 on Saturday. Hard-fought game. And before that was a 4-1 loss to Florida. So teams come into this game with the same last 2 game record, looking to get back in the win column. And I have to go with the Lightning here. The way they played the Colorado game, they look good. I didn't think Buffalo looked as good, so I got to go Tampa, visiting team, for my first pick. That's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going almost all favorites, and not because they're favorites, just because it makes sense right now with the way things have been going. Washington against Ottawa is the second matchup. Ottawa 2-3-0, current 2-game losing streak. Anton Forsberg listed to be in net for Ottawa. Washington with an overtime decision. They're 3-0-2, still have not suffered a regulation loss. Samsonov is listed to be in net for this game. The Senators, they had that last game in hand when they were playing the Rangers. They had a 2-0 lead early in the third, and then the Rangers fired back 3 goals with under 3 minutes to win the game. So Ottawa suffered that loss. Matt Murray, he's still out with injury until at least the end of the month. So Forsberg should definitely be in net. And then Washington, they're also coming off a loss in their matinee matchup with the Calgary Flames. Calgary got up 3-0 in the first period, came out hot. Washington fought back, tied it up at an overtime. Flames got the win 4-3. Here's a crazy stat, though. The Washington Capitals are 15-1-1 in the last 17 matchups against Ottawa. And Samsonov looked really good when he came into the game against Calgary. Ottawa will come out, I think, hard, and they're going to make Washington earn this win. Yeah, Washington, I think, has got to be the pick here. Ovechkin, he's been scoring like crazy, 5 goals already, and hopefully he'll continue that against Ottawa. Visiting team, Washington to beat Ottawa. That's my pick. Now we go on to Arizona and Florida. Florida sits 5-0-0, current 5-game winning streak. Not a loss yet on the books. Bobrovsky listed to be in net. Arizona is 0-4-1, current 3-game losing streak. Carter Hutton listed to be in net. The Panthers are in first place in the Atlantic with a 3-point spread. Second place is 3 points behind them. They played Saturday against Philadelphia. They won that game 4-2. Before that, a 4-1 win over Colorado. And since their opener, when they defeated Pittsburgh 5-4 in overtime, they have won every game on multiple goal differentials, which is pretty impressive. And not only are they number 1 in the Atlantic, they also have the best goal differential in the league, sitting at a +13. Then they're playing a Coyotes team, which is still looking for their first win. They They're tied for Chicago in last place in the Central. Arizona last played the New York Islanders on Saturday. They lost that game 3-0. And Arizona has the worst goal differential in the league, sitting at -17. Panthers go 6-0. That's pick 3, Panthers. Next game, bit of a tough one here. We got Calgary Flames against the New York Rangers. The Rangers are 4-1-1, current 4-game winning streak. Shesterkin listed to be in net for New York. Calgary is 2-1-1, current 2-game winning streak. Markstrom listed to be in net for Calgary. The Metropolitan is going to be a tough division, and currently the Rangers sit in first. It was a perfect road trip for the Rangers, ending Saturday with a 3-2 win over Ottawa. New York played a hard-hitting game and improved their face-off percentage in that game. They were 1 for 4 on the power play. And I'm a Rangers fan. If you watch me, you know that. But some of their wins they've had this season so far have been ugly wins, and I think they're pretty lucky to be where they are right now. Calgary has won 2 in a row. Saturday matinee 4-3 over Washington, which is going to build their confidence, and a 3-1 win over Detroit. Elias Lindholm having a great start to the year, 6 goals already. And I feel like these are pretty balanced teams. But I think the edge has to go to the Rangers at home. And again, this Rangers team is just finding ways to win games. It doesn't matter what the game is. They're finding a way to win it. At home, back at home, Rangers is my pick. Home team. Next game, we've got Toronto against Carolina. Carolina undefeated, 4-0, 4-game winning streak. Frederik Andersen listed to be in net. Toronto 2-3-1, current 2-game losing streak. Yeah, 2-game, I think. Jack Campbell listed to be in net. Hurricanes lit up Columbus on Saturday when they won 5-1 in their last game. And this will be the first of a 4-game home stretch for Carolina. Frederik Andersen facing his prior team of 5 seasons, so there's some emotion here. Carolina, Pittsburgh, and Washington all sit in the Metropolitan Division with 8 points, second place. Hurricanes with another strong +11 goal differential. And the Leafs, they're having a tough go. I mean, they just got shellacked, schooled by Pittsburgh on Saturday, 7-1, and a 5-3 loss before that to San Jose. Toronto is struggling to find the back of the net. I mean, they're 0 for 3 on the power play against Pittsburgh. They fell in the face-off percentage, down to 36% in that game. And this team is a team that really needs some of their stars to step up and score some goals. But again, here, you got to like the favorites. You got to like Carolina. Power play, Carolina sits in 3rd, Toronto 24th. Goals for, Carolina sits in 4th, Toronto sits in 27th. Goals against, Carolina sits in 1st, Toronto sits in 19th. Got to go Carolina. Home team to win the game quite easily, I think. Dallas and Columbus. Columbus is 3-2-0, current 1-game losing streak. Elvis Merzlikins listed to be in net. Dallas 3-2-0, current 2-game winning streak. Braden Holtby listed to be in net. The Blue Jackets, they're sitting in 7th in the Metro Division, the only division that does not have one team with a negative goal differential. Just a tough division. Columbus lost to Carolina on Saturday, 5-1. And one strength we are seeing from Columbus is their power play. That's where they're getting all their goals. I mean, 5-on-5 goals have been tough to find for this team. I think when I read this stat, it was 2 in the last 4 games. So that's something they definitely need to improve. And the Stars, they come into this with the exact same record as the Blue Jackets, although on a 2-game winning streak. And they last played the LA Kings on Friday when they won that game 3-2 in overtime. Dallas is playing tight, tough hockey, and all 3 wins that they've had have required extra time. Klingberg is expected back in the lineup, which he's missed 4 games. The defense is going to appreciate having him back. And then Braden Holtby, he's been playing really good. I mean, he's got a 1.78 goals against average and a .950 save percentage. I like the Stars here hard, visiting team Dallas to win the game. Last one, LA Kings and the St. Louis Blues, a rematch of just a couple days ago. The Blues undefeated, 4-game winning streak. Binnington listed to be in net. The LA Kings are 1-3-1. Current 1-game loss in regulation, but they've lost 4 in a row, which I'll mention. Jonathan Quick listed to be in net. The undefeated Blues played the LA Kings on Friday when they won the game 7-3. St. Louis was 4 for 7 on the power play that game, and they sit second in power play in the standings for the league. They sit first in penalty kill at 92.3%, and they sit first in goals for. This will be their second home game of the season, and they will be looking to set a franchise record. They've never opened a season 5-0, so they're going to be playing hard for that. LA sits in 6th in the Pacific with that 7-3 loss on Friday to St. Louis. They lost 3-2 to Dallas in overtime. They've lost 4 in a row now. And I mean, although they have lost 4 in a row, at times they look like they could compete. But I don't think it's going to be enough to play against a Blues team. I mean, the Blues are firing on all cylinders. And again, looking to make franchise history. I think it's just going to be too much for LA. Blues all the way. Blues are my pick. So, best bet record sits at 1-6. Regular picks are at 27-16, and parlays are at 3-8. I'm keeping Monday really light. Best bet, I'm not going with a real easy one. I'm going to actually pick Dallas to beat Columbus. That's what I really like at 1.76 on the money line. Little parlay I'm doing St. Louis money line at 1.55 and Florida on the puck line -1.5 at 1.8. Those are the only wagers I'm going to lay. And then again, St. Louis to beat the LA Kings, Dallas to beat Columbus, Carolina to beat Toronto, the Rangers to beat Calgary, Florida to beat Arizona, Washington to beat Ottawa, and Tampa to beat Buffalo. Hope everyone has a great start to the week and that you had enjoyed your weekend. Good luck with your picks. Thanks for watching. Talk soon.